slavery was horrible, but this next person went so overboard that other citizens and neighbors were horrified. Delphine Lalaurie was born in 1787 in New Orleans, Louisiana, into a wealthy Creole family. Lalaurie married 3 times. Her first husband was a man named Donoy, but little is known about this marriage. Her second husband was a physician named Donatien de Galvez, who died shortly after their marriage. She then married Dr. Leonard Louis Nicolas Lalaurie, a prominent physician with whom she had several children, and after his death is when the darkness would take over her. One incident being that a little girl brushed her hair too hard, so she chased her all the way up into the attic, and the little girl was so scared, she jumped out the window to her death. That very attic is where Delphine kept all of her slaves chained up, and only time the slaves were allowed to leave the attic is when there were chores to be done. Some slaves were reportedly found with severe injuries, including missing limbs or other forms of disfigurement. There were tales of Lalaurie performing cruel experiments on them, which may have included surgery without anesthesia. That's right, she would do surgery on them out of boredom, but she was not a surgeon and would just remove limbs. Through her marriages and family connections, Lalaurie established herself as a well-regarded member of New Orleans society. She hosted lavish parties and was known for her social skills, which contributed to her reputation as a charming and cultured woman. And as everyone in town highly respected her for being such an upstanding woman, her slaves lived in constant fear, always on edge. Most of her slaves were malnourished and only allowed to eat once a day, and if the chores were not up to her standards, then no one ate the whole day. But surgery wasn't the only thing that she would do to the slaves. Besides them being chained in the attic after their chores were finished, she also had multiple torture devices that she would try out on the slaves. And when the slaves would die, she would just make other slaves, bury them in the backyard. Pretty sad to think about if she tortured your mother or father and you would have to bury them in the backyard. On April 10th, 1834, a fire at the Lalaurie mansion would occur. Some say it was arson, but there's no proof. But Delphine would flee to Paris to avoid ridicule and backlash, and this is where it would be discovered with her torture chamber and slaves, missing limbs and malnourished slave burial grounds in the backyard, and slaves afraid to speak up until later. Delphine would die in Paris, December 7th, 1849, at the age of 69. Allegedly, the mansion is haunted and you can go on a ghost tour in the French quarters of New Orleans and visit it and see for yourself. Hey guys, MJ here. Just want to say a couple of my subscribers has been saying my videos have not been popping up in their feed. Make sure to have that notification bell turned on so you won't miss a video. Thanks. I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you so much.